The time has finally come, everyone. This is what we've been waiting for so long. Brand new Crash game is being announced in about 3 minutes. It's actually happening. Now, I don't think it was originally meant to go down like this. I think it was supposed to be a surprise, but because of everything that got leaked, they just decided to do it like this. But despite it not really being a surprise anymore, it's still going to be really cool because it's a new game. It's gameplay that we haven't seen yet. So Crash over there with his face mask on. Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived.
Before we get to that, I want to thank Outer Wilds for that incredible musical performance.
It was. I'm going to be listening to that soundtrack on Spotify from now on.
I'm really excited to be doing yet another week of video game announcements. And one of the things... What is that sound outside?
It's the Crash guy.
I've got an extra special package for Geoff. Jeef. Geo-Fef. Keglegs.
With that massive face mask.
Keely, come on out.
Not this again. I'm in the middle of a live stream right now. This guy always crashing my important shows. I'm gonna see what this is, but let me tell you, it better be worth it. Crash, I really don't want the dirt that you have on Cortex.
No. This is the Crash 4 trailer.
For real?
For reals.
Well, it's about time.
Exactly.
Crash Bandicoot, you banished me to the past. But all it
Oh
did was
my
give me
God.
more time to plan your doom.
There's the mask that we saw. Playable Cortex! Holy shit, this looks so good. This looks so fucking good. Don't know what that was. October 2nd, 2020.
How many times have you beaten this clown anyway? 3. Really? Only 3? Funny. Seemed like more.
Oh my god, this is
That's
so
right.
fucking...
There's the big news. Crash for a brand new Crash game. It is coming this October. And right now I am...
It's not
joined
even that
by
long away.
Paul from Toys for Bob to tell
It's
us
only
about the
still
brand
3
new
months
Crash
away.
game. Paul, we have been waiting for so long for something new from Crash. Of course, Activision has
He
done
looks
some
so
amazing
good.
remasters of the Crash trilogy and CTR, but this is a brand new Crash game built from the ground up.
That's right. It's hard to believe, but it's been over 10 years since we've seen an original new entry into the series, so I'm delighted to finally unveil this secret that we've been sitting on for a while.
Oh, so you get like
brand new
abilities like
Crash 4, It's About Time. And
slowing
that's
down
It's
time.
a play on the fact that we've been waiting for so long.
That's
but
like in
also it's a game
Mind Over
that's
Mutant,
literally about
the
time.
Grimly.
Yeah, I want to get into it because the trailer is filled with so much information. I mean, playable Neocortex, Coco, Crash, but I'm curious, like what you guys had worked on, the remasters of Crash, but now to start
looks
with
so
a new
good.
game, I'm sure so much
It's like the
trepidation
original,
about like what's
linear.
going to be a worthy, follow-on, calling it Crash 4. How did you guys approach this? Like, what kind of game did you want to build?
Yeah, I guess the first thing is we asked ourselves, where did we want to start? And though technically this is the 8th game in this series, all of the fan reception...
Cortex's design is like
the
the...
Insane Trilogy.
It's like a better version of,
we wanted to
of the
go
Mind
back
Over Mutant
to
design.
the original trilogy and start from that.
If I remember
Deliberately
correctly,
calling
or
this Crash
Titans.
4 because we want to key it off of the original trilogy that was developed by Naughty Dog. And that was certainly a high point in the series, both critically and commercially. And so that's where the events are going to key off of. We're starting right at the end of that when Dr. Neocortex, Entropy, and Uka Uka have been banished to this distant planet, and they finally found a way, after many fruitless attempts, they found a way to break out, and in doing so, they've torn this gigantic hole in the universe and exposed the fact that there's a multiverse.
I can't believe
So it's
this.
going to be up to the Bandicoots, Crash, and Coco to restore that order by reuniting the 4 great quantum masks.
The gameplay style, I think a lot of
Quantum
people
masks.
were probably wondering, hey, Crash in 2020, how much of it is, the more linear, classic Crash levels, and of course now, like, people wonder, like, is it an open world Crash game? How are you doing it? Like, tell us about balancing kind of the old style of gameplay, which is certainly not broken. We love it, versus the tendency to do, new styles of gameplay. Based on the trailer, it looks like you're being kind of still faithful to the original style of Crash versus making it some big, 3D open world.
This looks so good.
Is that correct? Like, how did you approach the actual style?
We're going to be
of the
playing
gameplay?
this in just over 3
that's
months.
absolutely right. I think what we've heard was that people have found that style of gameplay
Look at this!
really refreshing to return to, and so we wanted to key off of that. And when we observed some of the other games and platformers and how they've evolved over time, you're totally right. They've gone to a place where they're a little bit more open in nature, and as a consequence, the challenges and things that you interact with are a little bit more sparse and spread out. It encourages exploration, and maybe there's a little bit more focus on collection and combat. But when we think about classic Crash gameplay, it's dense and it's focused, and it's really the streams of hazards and the challenges, the platforming challenges, they come and there's almost a rhythmic quality to it and how reliable it is. And I know that for me, when I learn a level and I understand the nuance of the timing and the placement of all the different hazards, you can enter into a sort of flow state when you understand that kind of musicality.
Multiple playable characters. How are you doing that? Is it kind of like by level, or how, like we saw Coco and Neo playable in there? How does that work sort of in the scheme of the gameplay?
So Crash and Coco, you're going to be able to choose between them at any point in time, and they share the same moveset.
Oh, that's cool.
Over the course of the adventure, you're going to encounter some new friends, some familiar faces, and you're right, there's going to be some new playable characters. We're teasing today Dr. Neocortex. He's got a completely different moveset from Crash and Coco. So where the Bandicoots kind of barrel through and they've got the ability to spin and slide and belly slam, Dr. Neocortex is he's a little bit more of a cerebral character. He's a mad scientist, he's got inventions, and he relies on his intellect. So he's got a ray gun that he carries around with him. And that ray gun has the ability to transmogrify hazards and enemies into platforms. And he can choose between changing them into a static solid platform or a bouncy platform that gives him access to higher elevations. So his
Mate,
gameplay
this
and the
is so
levels that
cool.
are built,
I can't believe we're
think
actually
players are
getting
going to
this.
have to be a little bit more thoughtful about when to encounter a hazard, whether or not to change it into a platform, and what type of platform they're going to need at that point in the obstacle.
Wow, it seems ambitious that you're adding more elements to it, and then also you mentioned the masks. How do those work?
So the quantum masks, there's 4 of them in this game, and over the course of the adventure, they're scattered across the universe. You're going to have to rescue them from the clutches of certain bosses, both familiar and new. The quantum mask, 2 of them that we're talking about
familiar and
today,
new.
is the time mask and the gravity mask. And masks in this franchise, they've got a lot of personality. They've got their own names and their own voices and their own powers. So the time mask, her name is Kapunawa. And when Crash
I didn't catch that.
uses Kapunawa, he's got the ability to slow down time to a crawl. So for obstacles that are beyond, just way too fast to interface with at normal speeds, he's going to be able to slow things down and then get past those obstacles. And in addition to that, he'll be able to get past nitro crates, which have traditionally been a one-hit, one-kill type of thing. But with the power of time, he's going to be able to slow things down, trigger that explosive, and then get out just barely before that explosion obliterates everything in its path. The second mask is the gravity mask, and his name is Ika Ika. So when
Ika
Crash
Ika.
dons on Ika Ika, he's going to be able to flip the direction of gravity and walk on the top of ceilings, walk upside down underneath platforms to get past impossible
That
obstacles.
is so cool.
I'm really excited to play this, and again, I was playing Crash back when the original PlayStation first came out, and
And it looks
Activision's done a
beautiful.
great job
Look at
with the
this game.
remasters, but to
Look at
have
it.
a totally new game, I think, is what everyone was hoping for, and you're bringing it to life. So, congrats for doing this, and thanks for doing it even from a work from home situation. It's awesome to see, and can't wait to get to play it later this year.
Oh my god, it looks so good. It looks so good. I don't even know what to say. I can't believe we're getting a new... I can't believe Crash for October 2nd. We're going to be playing this in just over 3 months. I can't believe this. Like, 3 months is going to go so fast. 3 months ago, I started doing my dev trial series. That's when we started doing the dev time trials. It's already been 3 months since then, so 3 more months is not that long at all, and we're going to be playing the new Crash game, and it looks amazing. The designs look a lot better in the reveal, which was obvious, because they were just screenshots, the leaks, but the designs look really good. Cortex, he kind of reminds me of his Mind Over Mutant or Titans design, if I'm remembering correctly, but better than that, like a lot better than he did in that game. Crash looks really good too. It's sort of like the linear original style of game, but with more like exploration. Oh man, it's happening. It's happening. Guys, that is going to be it for this video. This was just a reaction for the trailer. I want you all to talk about how you feel about the game and the trailer down below. I'm so happy right now. I'm going to be doing more videos about this as things come out, and I'm going to stay up to date on the game and stuff. Look at Cortex. But, you know, I'll be doing more videos about this in the future. That time mask really reminds me of Grimly. You know how in Mind of a Mutant you could use Grimly to pretty much do this exact thing, you know, when things are falling and you could jump. Oh man, it looks so good. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video, everyone. Crash 4 looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to play this. Let me know what you think about it down below. And yeah, thank you for watching. Definitely subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you all in my next video.